It's my first spine race today. I'm really excited after a couple of years of dot watching. You might be wondering why my trainers are different colours. I'm raising money today for a brilliant charity down in Nottingham called Footprints. They work with children with Down syndrome and other educational needs. My little boy's been involved in them with them for nearly 5 years now, so it's great to be out here today raising money for such a wonderful cause and having a bit of fun along the way. For me, with 4 children at home, it's an opportunity for a bit of peace and quiet, but a great opportunity to meet people who are just out there to challenge themselves, to enjoy what you do, see some beautiful parts of the country, and it's such a well-known, famous race, a really different challenge to do this. Kind of, my bag's very heavy on my shoulder. I'm used to kind of having checkpoints and things like that, so just nice to challenge myself in a different way and try and overcome that today. I look forward to seeing my children at the finish line and running across it with them and having some big hugs with them. Yeah, really excited about that.
Terrified, but it's a nice forecast and being out in the hills is really what I love doing, so yeah, I'm excited as well.
And how are you feeling about the conditions?
Good, actually. I've been on the Pennine Way many times before and it's been an absolute bog, and it seems a lot drier at the foot with the dry weather, so yeah, not too bothered about the conditions. I've always loved the Pennine Way. I love the footpath network in England and all the national trails, and it just seems a great way to challenge myself, see what my body's capable of.
Okay, we're back in the field where the runners will be starting, and I'm going to let you hear from a couple of people here you maybe don't see on camera quite as much. You'll be sick of the sight of me from the end of the week, but we have an army of people behind the scenes here that keep this race running and do all the actual important stuff, not just yammering into a camera like I do. So who I've got with me today, Caroline and Andy, the safety team managers. The safety team are obviously an essential part of the race. So Caroline, Andy, if you could just introduce yourselves, tell us what you do.
Hi, so I'm Caroline, obviously, and we are sitting in HQ for the majority of the race. We've just done a load of setup over the last 2 days and been sorting lots of kit, and then we go to HQ and we are professional dot watchers. We watch you lot on the ground and make sure that everyone keeps moving, and then we have around 15 safety teams who are also mostly mobile. Some of them are static, but mostly mobile, who dot around the course looking after you guys. And some of those are professional outdoor people, and there are team leaders or team coordinators, and then majority of the rest of them are ultra runners like you who are here as volunteers and manning the road heads and just looking out for you through the day and night.
Thanks. And Andy, what does a day look like if you're on one of those 15 roaming safety teams out there?
So,
what will they actually get up to?
yeah, so we have the team split up into different shifts, and the teams will go, like Caroline heard to there, will deploy to road heads or to set points, and the teams will be monitoring. We feed them information about what's happening with the dots. If we get information that might concern us about a runner or environmental issues, as in the weather changing, then we'll deploy a team, what we call a mobile team, up onto the hill, part of the race, to intercept, put diversions in, or maybe meet runners and just check on them as well for welfare and stuff like that.
I mean, I like to think of myself as the arch dot watcher, but you guys have got the actual real live information. You're talking to these runners during the race, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone ever wants to call into HQ just to say that they're having a rest, if you're stopping for more than 30 minutes, you give us a call at HQ, and then we'll watch your dot while you're resting, and if you're there for too long, we might just give you a call and make sure you're okay if you haven't moved on when you expected to. But equally, if your dot stops for 30 minutes and we've not heard from you, that's when we mobilise someone to come and find you to make sure you've not tripped up and fallen headfirst into a ditch.
Because nobody wants that. There's enough going on out there already. Well, look, we couldn't be asking the better people for this. Andy, what have they got in store for them over the next few days? What are the runners going to see out there?
Yeah.
And where are they going to find your safety teams?
Yeah, so obviously the weather's really good today. The weather forecast is for changing. Tomorrow's looking a bit wet and then getting colder, and then it warms up again as we go during the week. And as you rightly say, our teams are out. All our teams are dressed in suitable clothing to be on the hill. and we all wear a green high-vis, yellowy green high-vis that actually says safety team, spine safety team on them, and that's how all our team will be identified, and they'll have their lanyards on to tell you the name and the team they belong to as well.
Fantastic. Well, it's good to know. We sort of sense your eyes while we're out there. We know that you know where we are, but most importantly, you know where each and every one of those runners are, and you've got the inside track on what condition they're in as well. That's just absolutely essential.